I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy, and we need help.
Each week we stumble through a new book, method, or concept that brings us one step closer to being our best self.
Yes, we make fun of ourselves.
And others.
But mostly just ourselves. So here's to not taking self-help quite so seriously.
Welcome to We Need Help. I'm Lizzy.
And I'm Izzy. And today we're covering desire.
Desire. Ooh, that was good. You have a pretty good voice.
Thanks.
Wow. I love desire. Desire, a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. A desire to work in the dirt with your bare hands. Ooh.
I have not had that desire.
I have the desire. That word was on my mind all week last week.
Why?
I don't know. It's so crazy. And then we talked yesterday and we were talking about it and how important it is.
Yeah.
To desire people and places and things and to be desired.
Yes.
From people.
Yeah. That people desire you.
So I would like to offer a deep dive into desire.
Yay, let's do it.
So I think desire gets a bad rap because I think it's like there's a couple of times in the Bible when you're not supposed to desire something.
It's really interesting that you say that because that's what I always thought too. Like I thought, desire is like blocking me from something, because I'm obsessing or I really want it. And then I had one of my mentors say, well, since your higher power put the desire in you, just ask him what you're supposed to do about it. And I really like that one. Like it's there.
Yeah.
The desire's there. So I'm just supposed to like block it off, ignore it. Like desire's a good thing.
I think it can be. I think it can be a really bad thing if you're like desiring a drug or something like that. But there is something that feels so good to want something or somebody or, and I think there's a difference between desire and want.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it's more of a
Visceral.
when I wanted or when I desired Paris, like there was something about that place that I needed to see. Like there was something more deeper than just a want. There was like a calling. And I think to know the difference between a want, which, I want this, or a calling towards something. And like, what is the difference between the two? Like, when it comes to a person, like I want to be around them, or I just desire their energy and their company and their connection.
Yeah.
And knowing the difference.
It is almost like an addiction though. So it's interesting that you say that, about like wanting drug, it in a little bit, like you crave it almost. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it even like, cause you think of desire and you think of like being desired, someone wanting to like ravish you and vice versa. But I was actually thinking about like relationships and like, family ships and friendships and stuff like that. Like the desire to connect that way is like when I really love, like when I am thinking about a person and wanting to be in their play and their energy, it feels like a desire to be around them. Versus, just wanting to be around someone. There's got to be something different there.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder what that core is. Is it like a lack of something in me and they're filling it in a way? Or is it like, what is that?
I mean, there's nothing better than feeling like like somebody is longing to be with you and
Mm,
hungry for you. Is that desire? I think it is. Like hunger for your energy or hunger for your connection feels, why does that feel so good?
where's that
It
part of
feels,
the, what part of the brain is responsible for that?
I don't know, but it feels so good to, I feel so good to desire someone and to be desired. There's
Yeah.
got to be something healthy there and not just sexual. Like I desire, like sometimes I long to connect with my mother. Like
Yeah.
I really need, like I desire what she does for me, or like I desire, sometimes I like long for our connection. Like
Yeah.
it's more than a want. It's like
Yeah.
it fills me up in a way. And that like it like does something for my energy.
Yeah. What if you, this is a good question. So once you get what you desired, do you stop desiring it?
I think a healthy desire, no.
Mm. You just keep desiring it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it, I think that's why I said healthy, because I think desire could turn into obsession.
Mm.
I think that's a fine line to walk between desire and obsession, because like I
Yeah.
think of like there's been a few, I don't desire being around many other people, but the few times I have, you know, it, like it has to be in a healthy way. It has to be in a take and give way. Cause like it can be, it can be bad, right? I
Mm.
mean, what can't?
It can slip into obsession, and I think that's the
Yeah.
part where it's like, oh, like, am I thinking about this all day long now?
Yeah. I mean, is that a, it's weird. It's weird. Like, it's like, okay, like, do we play with desire? I think that's why the Bible's kind of scared of it.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm not like, because I think that it really is a fuel if you use it right,
Yeah.
you know? But like, I think like from a sexual desire, I mean, is that wrong?
If it's like a child, probably, yeah. Yeah, it's wrong.
Well, no, I like that's
Yeah, yeah,
unimaginable.
yeah,
Like if
yeah,
you're thinking like that, like you need serious help. But like
yeah,
from a set, like a two
yeah,
consenting adults,
yeah.
like, is it wrong to desire that? So like have that inside of you? I don't think it is. I think
Mm-mm.
that should be cultivated. And, you know, I think it's only, I think desire's gotten a bad rap from lazy people who don't want to
Mm.
cultivate,
Yeah,
passion.
I love that you're saying this, like that you have to cultivate desire because I think people think desire is just something that happens to them,
No, I
right?
don't think,
Like
I
it's
think
floating around and then it just lands. Like
it
it's
just goes inside you. No, I think desire is something that is honed and
hmm,
cultivated, and something that, you think about, you just get into a brand new relationship. I mean, you're really fueling that desire by thoughts and
yeah,
actions,
you're
and
feeding it.
you're feeding it, and you're caring for it, and you're like, okay, I want to be my best self for this, because I desire
Hmm.
uh this. But you can really, once you start to stop feeding that desire, you get lazy, it becomes, now desire is wrong to have. Have you
Yeah,
noticed that?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think it's almost like with exercise. Like once you start and you start looking great, you desire more, even more, because
Yeah,
you're
because you're
seeing.
working.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So what desires do you think fuel like your life?
I mean, like when I was thinking about desire, like, I mean, I truly do have a desire to be better than I was yesterday. Like it's a true desire. Like I
Mm.
long for it. I desire to like know more about this, like the world. It's like a passion of mine. And I think that that's like the desire to taste and feel and touch and
Mm.
smell those physical desires. And like, I mean, I think that I have a healthy sexual desire, like the, for pleasure, like pleasure, the desire to have pleasure is pretty high up on my list.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What desire? I mean, I'm trying to think the desire to connect.
Yeah. I think you like what I've noticed about you too is like you have this desire to create spaces for people, like a home, like community, connection. Like that drives
Yeah.
what you do, I think. I
Yeah.
mean,
The
you build a
desire for
house for your
connection.
friends and family. It's not for
Yeah.
you. If it was just for you, you'd like be happy with like a, small, but you do this for others.
Yeah. The desire to connect is a huge
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
and have pleasure
Yeah.
together. Like, like enjoy and just have a safe
Relish. Yeah.
space. I love, like, I desire something that is authentic.
Mm.
How about you? What is if you had to hone your desire, what is your biggest desire?
Oh, I think it sounds very cheesy, but I really do I absolutely love being of service. Like I really love it, like in any
Yeah.
capacity. So at my work, in my private life, like I really like helping people become better versions of themselves. Like that's it.
it's,
Like
you
if
should
that
start a
happens, I'm
podcast.
happy. What?
You should start a podcast about it.
I should.
Yeah. Huh.
But
Well,
that,
also, I
yeah,
also noticed something that you desire intellectual connection, like
yeah.
the desire to understand. And I love that about you. Something like you're just always looking to share a intellectual connection on a higher level.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for saying that. I love that. I I desire to know more about people. Like I'm very curious. So I am the one, if we go out, I'm
Hmm.
always going to be the one asking the question, like, where did you meet? How did you meet? Like, what did you do? Like, what have you done? I ask all the questions because I'm super curious about people. Like I desire to know more about people and like their stories. So I'm like
Right.
I'm always the one asking the questions. Because
That's why you're such a good date.
I'm a great date.
I'm a
It's a
great
nightmare
date.
when I moved to Poland because it's not a question asking society. So it's like they don't care about me.
They didn't know that, like,
Yeah.
how good it is.
Yeah.
I just, I
I
think asking what you desire is important.
yeah. I also I desire like to be challenged. So I really like that. Like I don't think of things as like, why is this happening to me? I think, ooh, what can I do to like get past this or work it out? Like I love a challenge. Like I desire challenges. I'm
Hmm.
almost regretting I said that out loud because suddenly God's like, oh yeah, here you
Yeah.
go. um,
Yeah.
like growth mindset, that's like a huge one for me. Like I love being around people who are like, you know, have that growth mindset, even if things are going like bad, like they're like, okay, we can get through this. Like, so that's something. And then,
Let's,
yeah,
oh, go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, no. And then I need to know. And then,
And I think I also desire freedom. Like I love autonomy, um, and travel and like curious about the world. So those are some things. Yeah.
food, culture, like the
Yeah. All of
curiosity.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
And
Me too.
connection. Like I don't
Yeah.
a lot of friends, but the ones I do have, I need to have a deeper connection with. And
Totally. I can,
I'm good at small talk, but I don't like it. Right. I always do the big talk. Like I can't do like just
Yeah.
blah blah small talk. I like going in deep.
Hi. Hi, I'm Lizzy. What's your childhood trauma?
Yeah. Amen.
Awkward, awkward.
Yeah.
That's funny. What's your sexual desire?
Being desired is nice. Like
Mm,
more
I
than
have to
nice.
have it.
So when somebody's looking at you like they're like obsessed with you, but like you actually want them to be obsessed with you.
Not, not in a like delivering things to my work I don't know you kind of way.
Yeah, because
But
I don't want the like you're obsessed with me and you give me the ick. Like, no, thank you.
I don't want to open up those DMs tomorrow. I really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah. But
But
but yeah, that I remember, gosh, okay, so I have like a little story about desire if you want to hear it.
of course I do.
Yeah.
I desire to hear it.
Okay. So back in the university, I had a long-term boyfriend. We were dating for a while, and we were going through some issues, major issues, and we all hung out in like a big group of friends. And so one day I like slept over at his best friend's house, and
Mm.
nothing happened. I was just like sleeping over there. And I remember he woke me up in the middle of the night for me to move my car because his mom had to like get out or something. And I remember I got up from the bed and I just had on like underwear and like a little tank top on. And I remember him staring at me like it took everything in him to not like, take me. And I
Yeah.
could feel it. And I
Oh,
still
so good.
remember it was one of the most, because there was like moonlight, it was like the middle of the night. I was kind of sleepy. And I just remember that moment. And I knew that he desired me. And at that moment, I desired him too. But like, it was just like restraint. But I just still remember it. It still like comes back to me. Like I could feel his desire for me. It was really nice. Yeah.
I think that that is the most powerful. Like I mean, I can think back and the number one thing for me from a sexual is I love when someone looks at me like they're gonna fucking eat me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Like I'm the
like
only
I
woman on the planet.
only one and I like it's gonna be ravenous. And that's what I like. I
Yeah.
don't like, I don't want to go after anybody. I don't desire to be the aggressor. I
Yeah.
want to be aggressed.
Be
Like,
desired.
yeah.
Be
Like
aggressed.
is that's I mean, that's
I,
borderline
I love the fact
inappropriate.
that you make up words because
I have the freedom because I don't know
yeah, it
English
doesn't matter. It's
language.
great.
Yeah. It's so good. But yeah, I like to like, I don't want to, I have no desire to be like putting myself out there. I want to be the hunted,
Yeah.
you know?
The prey.
I'm the prey.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I feel it's too intimidating for me. I don't know, like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
a turn on.
I can't desire somebody that doesn't desire me. So I know that's out there. Like I know people desire people who don't desire them, but if it's not a two-way street, like I can't, I feel like such a
You,
loser. I desire somebody they don't desire me.
they have to desire me and then I can maybe desire them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple. Like I can't
Yeah.
be the desire starter.
I'm the desire starter.
Yeah, I have to know that you desire me and then I will think about desiring you.
Maybe.
Maybe if I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember to go to We Need Help, the podcast for all different kinds of stuff like our swag. You can find the episodes, you can find the books that we're focusing on, all the methodologies. Please go to We Need Help, the podcast today and enjoy the rest of the episode.
When was the last
Yeah.
time you felt your most desirable?
I mean, I feel desired. I surround myself with people who desire me now. for obvious reasons.
That's the that's like you can only be friends with Lizzy if you desire.
Well, I cannot be with a lover who doesn't desire
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just miserable. I feel the most rejected.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling so much. And if you are like, if you are act like, if it's your coping mechanism to act like you don't care, then I just can't.
It doesn't. Yeah. And then it's the biggest turn off for me too.
It's heartbreaking to me. And
I do
maybe
not
that's
like the hard.
wrong.
Yeah. 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 Same.
It's just, it crushes me because I want, like, that's something that's my love language is, I don't know how else to say it. So, if you act like I don't matter, then I just can't be with anybody. Like, even in friendships and family ships, if like you put me in my place, like if you want me to feel smaller, then I can't be in that relationship in any way, shape, or form, whether it be a friendship, a family ship, a lovership. I just like, if you don't make me feel, because when I get into it, when I get into my relationships, I will like, and I decide to connect, I desire a connection that is big. So I'm going to come with it. So if you don't come with it too, I just can't. Like,
Do you fear in terms of like sexual desire? Because we're talking about friendship desire and all that, but do you fear getting older and losing that?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm an extremely sexual person, always have been. And I think it's just I've become more comfortable with myself and become more connected with my physical self. And I know that's part of why we're here. That's the fun part. So I think as long as I'm physically able to do it, I will, I'll long for it and be, and kind of roll with the punches with my lover. If Jason dies, I'm just going to get another lover. Like, I may not get married or whatever, but like, you need a lover. I think it's
need a
important.
lover.
You need a lover.
Have you seen what's her name? She's got a new Netflix special out. She's recently divorced, Asian comedian.
No,
Oh, she's so fun.
know.
Oh my God.
But I think women need lovers.
Yeah.
Like, we need somebody who can just scoop us up and I mean, take us. That's the feminine energy, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, something's missing.
Yeah. Ali Wong, sorry. She just went through a divorce and she's had her kids and stuff, and she talks about this as well.
Oh, really?
Being desired, and yeah.
So we're really like on point with the times.
We're on point. We're on trend right now.
Trending. Yeah. I'm like so glad that desire is trending right now.
I do worry about it because I remember like the younger I was, the more desired I was, like, more eyes on me, Now, like, speaking of the growth mindset that I was talking about before, it's almost like a challenge. I think it's the energy that you put out there too that makes you attractive. Yeah. Like Diane Keaton, she's just like sexy, or Jane Fonda, I
was going to say Jane Fonda's for sure.
Yeah.
She's like, if I had to pick somebody to grow like, it would probably be Jane Fonda, because she's just always, kind of basked in her ness.
Yeah.
I want to bask in my ness as much as I can, always. And I feel like I don't feel less sexy than I did when I was 25. In fact, I've honed a lot more of my power that way. I mean, I'd like to broad stroke apology to anybody I slept with before I was 30, because I really didn't have a hone on my sexual power. Like
Yeah.
I didn't really have, like a handle on it. And ever since I've been growing and growing, especially in the last, you know, 5 years where I've just been focusing on it. Like it's important to focus on,
Yeah.
being desirable too, like, having a sexuality is important,
Mm.
you know.
I went to I don't know what it was. It was like a group therapy session, and they talked about how sex is the life force.
Mm,
Like it's the life force, you know. So they were talking about how important it is, right?
well, I went to
Into
a
it.
Kundalini opening yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible. And I do think that, we could get a lot of shit from people who aren't getting laid out there right now. And it's their choice and everything. But I have found, and I'd be open to thinking about if it wasn't right, or, I'm open to being wrong here. But if you have something going on in your life or your relationship that your sexual, um, there's something missing there, you there's something wrong in
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
I would say that is a wide open red flag just flying out there, that
Mm.
if your sexual needs, as long as they're healthy, you
Mm.
know, and by healthy I mean not a pedophile,
Right.
you know, or bestiality or whatever. But if it's something that is, on the spectrum of normal, which is so wide,
Yeah.
if you're not satisfied in that way, then something is wrong,
Mm.
either with you, your partner, both, two to tango, something is off.
Mm.
I think if you don't have desires in all of the categories of your relationship, then something is off, no?
Mm. Mhm.
Like you're
Yeah.
lacking passion.
Yeah. Have you had moments in your relationship where it was just not, I'm not even talking about sexual desire, but other areas of desire were just off?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, you know this, and I've talked openly about it. Jason and I, our relationship almost ended
Yeah.
because he didn't know how to desire me. I didn't know how to take the rejection of his
Mm.
coping. We went through a huge thing. He went, we went through major therapy.
Yeah.
Um, we really focused on that. I'm not saying that it's like, I mean, there was a major problem in that. And that's how I'm able to speak to this so clearly.
Yeah.
And by the way, I will look at him sometimes and have zero desire for him. And he'll look at me and I know he has zero desire for me
Yeah.
then. And
Yeah.
that's when we know we have something to work on. It's not, I'm disgusting sometimes. He's disgusting sometimes. We're focused on something else. Like
Yeah.
desire is something you come back to and say, okay, how do I cultivate? How do I
How do I
do this?
cultivate it? Yeah. Yeah, you're
Eh,
right. And you know, we did this book, this the sexologist, I forgot her name now, but we did this book on sex, and she said it's kind of like some people think if the desire goes away, that's just it. But she's like, sometimes
Yeah.
you have to do the stuff in order to get the desire going. It's like warming up a car. Like
Yeah.
your car's not just going to start. Like you have to start the car and warm it up, and then it gets going, you know? And I think that's it. I think you stop doing stuff because I realized like Maciek and I have lost the desire to like date. You know, we just
Yeah.
don't, you know, but we just have to start doing it in order for the desire to
Yeah.
form.
And it has to be it's a willingness issue. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I noticed, like, you know, and Jason doesn't mind if I bring it up. We've talked to him about it, but like, it is his responsibility to cultivate the desire for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is my responsibility to cultivate the desire for him and tell him what I need for that.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't happen.
It just
And
doesn't fall out of the sky. Yeah. I mean, like not like it used to.
well, no, it never actually did. If you think about it, it was on your radar.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Kind of
like,
looking
and
for it. Yeah.
you're looking for it. You're like, okay, like, and then maybe it was hormone driven, but it was, and it's like, if it's on your radar to be sexual and, you know, have a connection. And like, if you think about how we were when in our 20s, we were trying to connect on all levels.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was
And
like a
that's
king scanner.
me too. I wanted to connect with everyone and I still do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
still do. If it's not sexual connection, I want to have a deep, deep connection with a
Yeah.
friend. I don't want to like this bullshit
Yeah.
acquaintances. I don't have time for you.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't have time. If you want to be in 4 inches of water with me, I'm ready to deep dive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to connect like on all levels. And that's how we were in our 20s. That's how we should be now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So if you
So
could share like one piece of wisdom about desire to our listeners, what would it be?
I mean, I feel like I have a lot of desire, and the way that I bask in that is just deciding what I fucking want.
Hmm.
Like, you decide what you want and cultivate it. If it's something like I see so many times, these women, my husband just told me he wanted, out of the blue, told me he wanted a divorce. Now, I got a fucking bridge to sell you. If it isn't working, it's not working. Decide what you want and like do everything to
Yeah.
make it work. You know, decide you want to go somewhere and do everything you can to, if you're curious about a culture, just latch onto it and freaking
Hmm.
make it happen and just like go for it with like such like
Ferocity.
desire. Just grab it, decide what you want and then do it. And just like, Jason will always say like, God damn it. Like okay, I wanted to buy this house in 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, like that house, he goes, we're buying it, aren't we? Because I figure out what I want
Yeah. And you go for it.
and I just do it. And it's like, if I had to give one word of advice, it's just like, fucking get your teeth into something or somebody and don't let them go.
Take a bite.
Also, biting is nice, like when done right.
Do a whole episode on biting. All right.
Oh my
I love
God.
you.
I love you so much and I love desire.
I do too.
And I'll see you next
See you
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So much for joining us this week on We Need Help, the podcast.
Make sure to like, subscribe, like again, our YouTube channel, our Instagram, follow us wherever you can. It really, really helps us out and ensures that you won't miss any future episodes. So, yep, thanks to you, we can keep going.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.